Please give the Knicks a salvation to change the picks that they cannot change, courage to change the tanking that they can, the wisdom to know Zion. We need him. Oh, what's up, friends? This is not Let's Pray About It. It's Let's Talk About It, your favorite Bleacher Report live IG show. I'm your host, Jeff J, and you can find me everywhere, including the BR app at Jeff J Says. And there's so much going on in the sports world today. We got Zion putting up historic numbers, the Warriors getting better and getting even more unbeatable as it's going on. Eric Reed versus the NFL and the NFLPA and this notion of randomized testing. There's a lot of things going on, and we want to hear from you. So give us your comments on anything NBA, NFL related, or whatever you want to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is Zion Williamson. This dude is putting up literally historic numbers at Duke. He has become the first Duke freshman to put up 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, a 30-10-5 stat line. You think about Grant Hill, Christian Laettner, all those great players that played at Duke, and he's the first one to put it up. And that just has me thinking about what's going on, what he's gonna do in the NBA, because you know he's bound. He's made himself the clear-cut #1 pick. And as a Knicks fan, I can't think of anywhere more perfect for him to play than Madison Square Garden. Why not? You'd have him, KP, Kevin Knox, young players that are getting good and getting better. And this place, Madison Square Garden, that spotlight, that platform to shine, there's no place better for a rookie than that. And he could take this city, embrace it, and become that player that could be transformative, generational. Zion or RJ Barrett, the basketball purist. I think Zion's made himself the clear-cut #1 overall, like the best player. I remember hearing stories before that he should probably come off the bench when Duke recruited him. I think those people need to delete their drafts and probably delete a lot of other things because he's become leaps and bounds the pick for #1. I think the #1 overall pick, and it's not even close. Zion should stay in college 2 years. Cuzzo, relax. Relax. Like, don't put that energy into the atmosphere, all right? There's no reason why he should stay. This man, in a few games, he's proven that he's above the college game. Like, he just has those skills. And in this day and era, there's no reason to stay. There's really no reason to stay. If you've seen what he's done, nah. I think he should definitely get out right after they possibly win the national title. Imagine me rooting for somebody from Duke in 2019. But yo, this team, RJ Barrett, Duke, Cam Reddish, they are fun. So it's always, all my Knicks fans, hashtag Duke York. That's what we about, Duke York. Bring Zion. Oh, RJ, Cam, we'll take you too, but you know, Zion. Duke is known for loaded teams. This is just crazy. Jurassic 77, I don't know about loaded teams. They've had good teams. This is probably one of the most loaded teams they've had in a long time. I think about Kentucky when I think about loaded teams themselves, because they've usually had those players that'll come through, play for 1 year and go on, because that's been the program. But yeah, the Duke this year, they're showing and proving who they are. Zion will be the new face of the NBA. Can only one. Maybe in a few years, it depends. Yeah, that is true. LeBron is still there, but that's why they said new face. That's why they said new face, right, Dakota? That's why they said new face. It all depends on if he's going to be good at the next level, too, because I still remember when LeBron came out, people had ideas on whether or not LeBron was going to be that person. People who still wanted to be contrarian and be skeptics. But if he can prove to be what he is in college and ascend in the NBA, yeah, I think it's a pretty clear cut. I think it's a clear cut that he could be the new face. Bro, the Kings are winning the championship this year. Don't at me. Tommy Wilhelm, I like De'Aaron Fox. I really like De'Aaron Fox. I think he's one of the most breakout players in the NBA this year. And you can see he's coming into his own, the swag, the skill. Like, he's making the Sacramento Kings cool. And I didn't think I would be saying that this year. They're right there in it. They've shown that they can play with the best. And your fervor is appreciated. I don't know about championships, but we'll see. But if we're going to talk about championship teams, we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, they dismantled the Knicks, but that was expected. You know, they're bullies, whatever. But Klay Thompson, he dropped 43 points on like 4 dribbles or something like that. Steph demolished the Kings a few days earlier. And they're getting Boogie back on January 18th against the Clippers. So a great team, an elite team is probably going to be unstoppable. But we had our writer, Grant Hughes, going into the BR app to read this more. He had some potential trades where he could land, where it could prevent the Warriors possibly from three-peating. And he had a lot of interesting things that he wanted to put up. So let me take a look at some that he had. Obviously, the one, Anthony Davis to the Lakers, that's been something that's been spoke about for the whole season, right? So it would be Anthony Davis, and he said trade Ingram, Kuzma, Ball, Rondo, a 2019 and 2021 first-round pick. So who else is going to be left? But then again, it could be me, Master, Dakota, LeBron, and AD. We'll get you at least to the semifinals. I can tell you that. It depends on who. I already told Dakota he's going to have to guard Harden. Yo, Master probably going to have to guard CP3. You know what I'm saying? I roam. I'm in the zone. I roam. I'm just there for the offense. But I think it would be, I think the Lakers should probably wait more often than not for this AD trade, because Josh Hart, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, I get it. If you're going to do it now. OKC, Terrence Ross. A lot of these trades Grant Hughes also put out was based on getting 3-and-D players who can match up with the Warriors, knock down key shots, and extend the offenses for these teams. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Where are you thinking in terms of, can this three-peat be stopped? Is there anything? I don't know. 80 to Raptors. Wealthy Boogs. Who they giving up? Who you giving up to get him? But 80 and Kawhi, that would be nightmarish. You can't even tell them not to reach, because their wingspan is like from here to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. That would be interesting, but I don't know. Brown, Antonio 84. Will the Knicks get KD? Why you have to do this to me, man? It's not even 1 o'clock yet. I will say this. I think it's not as far-fetched as these rumors usually are. And it's funny because Clyde Frazier caught some heat, quote unquote, for saying that he felt like there was going to be an asterisk on KD's name if he didn't win a title somewhere else. And of course, he's going to advocate for New York, but he said it. Winning a title in New York would catapult him into the LeBron MJ stratosphere, which I thought was pretty interesting. And I think that too. The Knick championship is the last holy grail in basketball, where if you win a title here, you're automatically going to be elevated, whether you want to call it cap, hype, whatever. That's just what it is when you win titles here in New York. And a title that hasn't been won in 40 plus years for one of the NBA's historic franchises. Yeah, I think if KD, that's a challenge that I think KD would be with. We'll see. Clay is the best player on the Warriors next to KD.
No.
J-Stock T12, let me ask you a serious question. Does he wear number 30? Do you think Klay Thompson wears number 30? You know, as someone who's been confused for every light-skinned black male actor in Hollywood, I can see if you might get Klay and Steph confused. But nah, Klay is nice though. I think Klay is wild underrated, but it's still Steph's team. Steph, I think, is going to go down as the most underrated MVP in the history of the NBA at some point. No, even still, because there's always going to be an excuse for him, or somebody's going to find something, whether it's his defense, the fact that he's with KD or whatever. I don't know if he wins a final MVP if that happens, but yeah, I think you're big bugging on that. Toronto could beat them. They played well, but that's the regular season. I have to see what they do. Celtics have more assets than anyone. Jacob.Noakes. Let me tell you about that. Grant actually pointed that out, that because of the rules, they can't have more than they can't have 2 or more players on their team that signed a max deal with other teams. So if they were to get AD this season, they'd probably have to trade Kyrie, which is like hustling backwards to me. Like, why would you want to trade them? I would want both. So he does point out that he thinks they have a good chance to beat them if they are healthy and they get all the way healthy. I don't know about all that. Milwaukee and Toronto still look like the cream of the crop to me, but Celtics are definitely aiming towards next season, which is why he also says it's imperative that the Lakers, if they're going to do AD, they do AD now. They trade for AD now so that you can kind of have him in the bag. But I don't know about trading like 3/4 of that roster. Anybody who was here with the Melo trade to New York that's been a conversation that's been raging. Like, should they have traded as many people? I don't know if LeBron and Lakers want to be in that position. Let's see. Why would the Pels trade Davis this season when they can't wait to trade when they can wait to the trade with the Celtics this season? Exactly. That's a good point. Like, there's no reason. There really is no rush for the Pelicans. And hey, maybe they can convince AD to stay. Crazy, but it has happened before. AD to the Lakers, but don't trade Kuzma, Tiger style. Yeah, I like Kyle Kuzma. I like the way he plays. I think you keep him. Ingram seems like the player. Ingram seems like the player that is the one that's usually on the trade conversation. And he has said Rondo too. I'm like, damn, you get rid of Rondo. They have to keep that is true, Dakota. They do have to keep one of them. I don't know who they would keep, but I'm sure Magic and them have a plan. Do you think the Raptors can keep up their current pace? Tomas Crozier, I think so, yeah. I think so, because I've seen this for the last 3 or 4 years with different iterations of that team. The regular season isn't my concern with them. It's the playoffs, no matter if they have Kawhi now or not. It is the playoffs. What are they going to do? Are they going to get over that hump? The LeBron ghost is gone. He has been exorcised from the Eastern Conference for now. But so they have the best opportunity. I think they can. If everybody stays healthy, they may make 1 or 2 trades to kind of tweak that roster. But yeah, I think they could. I really think they could. So do you think the Fatal Five will stay together next year? Side family ties, talking about Boogie. If I had to put money on it, I would say no. Boogie had already said he's trying to play for his next contract. So I could realistically see him putting up some numbers and then transitioning on. And then now, I just don't see it happening. Somebody's gonna have to take a cut, and I don't know if anybody else is gonna do that. So Dub Master Zero, that shirt is fire. You already know it's NWO for life. And as some of you may or may not know, I'm a big pro wrestling head. So hit me up, Jeff J Says, all social media, Instagram, Twitter. You'll see me having conversations. We write stuff on BleachReport.com and on the BR app. Predictions, Royal Rumble's coming up, WrestleMania, a lot of different events. So you'll see our predictions there too. So yeah, you know, we got a lot of merch here. They take care of me here at VR, so it's all good. Yo, did you hear about this? Let's see. Well, what are you saying, Matt? Who would you rather have on your team going forward, Ben Simmons or Embiid? That's a good question. That's an interesting question. I think for now, I would take Embiid because he's been the proven commodity. He's been the one who I think he has a lot of upside. You've seen what he can do. I saw him do like a Giannis type Euro step the other day from like the top of the key. Like he still has stuff that I haven't seen. And Ben Simmons, he got to shoot a 3-point shot for me to be considering him. I feel like he'll eventually get that, but like I know all the trolling that goes on with his 3-pointers, but yeah, I really think Embiid for me would be the one. He's the franchise. He is the franchise in Philadelphia, and that's the way you gotta go. Kawhi for MVP this year. Yeah, I think it's on that. I think he's on his way. I think he's on his way. But Harden, I still say right now, if you end it right now, it's gonna be Harden. It's not even close. All right, y'all, that was good. That was a good topics. Y'all were great. You were awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the production, the crew, and everyone else. Be sure to join us tomorrow and for the rest of the week. And until next time, I'm Jeff J. We'll check you later.